So what is there in this case is the following. So this is an IB sum which is there. So the equation this is expressed in this form. So y is equal to mx plus c is expressed in r is equal to a plus lambda b. Now you need to understand each. What is a and what is b? What is a?
A is a intercept. No, it's a point on a line.
Point on a line, a known point on a line. And what is b?
A directional line.
Direction vector. Now find vectors a and b in terms of m and c. Now what you can do in this case is, this is your y-intercept.
Yeah.
And this is the slope.
Yeah.
Now your y-intercept, what are the coordinates of the y-intercept? 0, c.
Yeah.
So can I take this as my one of the point? So can I say my a can be 0, c? Coordinates of the known point, position vector. You're converting your coordinates into position vector, correct?
Yes.
Now your direction vector, now your slope of a line is m. See, slope of a line is m. Now what is the formula of slope? Change in y upon change in x.
Yeah.
So basically, when I get the direction vector, if I know 2 points, isn't your direction vector x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1?
Yeah.
Is the change in x and change in y. That's your direction vector. So that means my vector b, can I say 1 m? Because I can say that it's in ratio, the change in x and y, I am ratio 1 to m.
So, who's going to think of that in the paper?
But that's what the IB is all about. IB is all about your conceptual understanding. So these
is
sort
that
of
what DD stands for in calculus?
we are not doing calculus.
No, but I'm just asking.
DV is the direction vectors. There's nothing, there's no formula. I wrote it in short. Your matrix M is defined by find a determinant of M. That's easy to do. How do you find determinant of M? I'm writing it top over here. So your determinant of AD minus BC, 6 into 2 minus 4 into 3.
Yeah.
So that's 0. Correct? Now the equation y is equal to
When the
mx.
determinant is 0, that means it's a. That doesn't mean anything.
No, nothing in this context.
Like in general for vectors, like matrices.
Nothing. Nothing specific. Now the line y is equal to mx plus c. I mean that it means that it's a what do you call that? I forgot. No, not unit vector. There's a word which is there.
Zero.
No. When a determinant is 0, it's a singular matrix basically. The matrix is known as a singular matrix. Okay. Now y is the next part. You're saying that y is equal to mx plus c you have. Okay. Is transformed to a new line by using this transformation of the matrix. Show that the equation does not depend on m or c. So what you do is this cases. So that means my coordinates will be x, comma mx plus c. My coordinates will be x, comma mx plus c. So you have 6, 3, 4, 2. You carry out this transformation. You remember you have to put the points like this when you carry out x, y. Now you do row multiplied by column. This row multiplied by this column. So that is 6. That is 6 into x plus 3 into mx plus c. Correct? And this one would be, what will the next one be? Multiply this again by this. So 4 into x plus 2 mx plus c. So that's your 6x plus 3mx plus 3c. This is 4x plus 2mx plus 2c. Correct? Can you remove common? Can you remove 3 common? 3, 2s are 6. Correct?
Yeah.
plus c. Okay, and this is 4, 2, 2x plus mx plus c.
Yeah.
So that is equal to 3, 2. What is mx plus c? Y. Correct?
Yeah.
2x plus y. Yeah. So that means it doesn't depend on m or c. There's no m or c in the final thing. So if I take a transform coordinates, it's 3 times this basically. 3 times 2x plus y and 2 times 2x plus y.
Yeah.
Where x and y were the original coordinates. So it doesn't depend on m or c basically. So this is they're saying, so your coordinate xy, the new coordinate xy, capital X, capital Y, is equal to this, correct? So my new coordinate xy is equal to this. This is my new coordinate?
Yeah.
Correct? Therefore, what's your x? 3 times 2x plus y, correct?
Yeah.
What's your y? 2 times 2x plus y. So x upon 3 will be 2x plus y. Y upon 2 will be 2x plus y. So equating that, so x upon 3 is equal to y upon 2. So cross multiply, 2x is equal to 3y. This is your new coordinate. This is a new equation, x and y. It doesn't depend on this. Okay, so the first part, just tell me the answer for the first part. Now, that the first part A, if they're saying A is equal to 3, that means your W will be root 3 e raised to pi 3 by I.
Yeah.
Correct? So W square will be what? Use your calculator to do that, or tell me the answer directly from the mark scheme.
Root 3.
Arey Baba, tell me the
mark scheme is A is equal to
root 3 square. Arey, you are not understanding what I'm
E
saying.
is equal to.
Arey, no, like this.
Oh, like that.
So 3 e raised to 2 pi
Yeah.
I by 3.
Sorry.
Correct? And when you write in your this form, I wanted this.
Yeah.
Because then when you're marking it, so your calculator will give you this.
Yeah.
So I'm not wasting time, therefore I'm asking you.
Yeah,
Otherwise you
exactly.
type in a calculator. Now your omega cube will be root 3 cube. Now see this. E raised to pi I 3.
Yeah.
Now what is happening to this part?
So
See what is happening to this part. Listen first listen. What is happening to this part and what is happening to this part? What is happening over here? Pi I, then omega raised to 4 will be what? Root 3.
Oh wait, I got it.
Correct? Into raised to 4. So that would be what? This was pi by 3, no this?
Yeah.
Sorry. Pi by 3.
4 pi by
4 pi by 3. So that's 3e 4 pi I by 3. So what is happening is, if you mark this on your number line,
It won't be 3, so it will be
3 square, 9.
9.
So that means this is, if you plot 3 pi by I, where will have 3 pi by I? 2 pi by the first, so omega is root 3 and pi by 3. This angle will be pi by 3. That's my W. Your W square is 2 pi by 3. So 2 pi by 3 somewhere here. But your distance would be W square. Means your distance, your modulus would be 3.
Yeah.
So this was 3, this was root 3, correct?
Yeah.
So this would be my W square. W cube will be what? Pi. And this is 3 raised to 3 by 2. So this is further.
Yeah.
This is W cube. W raised to 4 is 9 and 4 pi I by 3. 9 and 4 pi I by 3. Means each of the distance is increasing. Why is the distance increasing? Because when you do your raised to, if you do raised to n,
Yeah.
it becomes r raised to n.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct? R raised to n and e raised to n pi by 3.
Yeah.
N I pi by 3. This, now which number will you put here will remain the same? R should be how much, so that power of which number is always the same?
Find the value for which this is specified.
Array, I'm asking you a simple question.
No, it's the same. 1
1. If your R is 1,
or 0.
but then your complex number will be 0. The complex number will exist. It will be the origin. It won't have a circle there.
It has to be 0. Yeah.
It can't be 0, no? Because
Yeah, it has to be.
so you have 1 raised to what? 1 raised to, first you had, suppose if instead of, if your A was basically, if your, that's your mod Z. So if your mod Z is 1, that means it will lie in a circle.
I got it.
So now you've been given a complex number. Your Z is equal to W upon 1 plus I. This should lie in a circle when mod of this should be equal to 1. Mod of this should be equal to 1. Listen.
Yeah, I'm just taking a photo of the video. I'm signing it to myself.
Yeah, mod of this should be equal to 1.
Yeah.
That means, but now all this is not there. Huh? This are all those sidey websites, they set all this nonsense sums.
So they save my exams.
Huh?
He solved it in class. So
But that's what I'm telling you, it is not there.
oh, so but it doesn't make a harm to remember what we learned. So,
There's no harm in remembering many rules in this world. So mod of W, now what is mod of W? So now you have your A e raised to pi I by 3 I. This is your mod of W. This is modulus.
yeah.
Therefore A should be equal to root. This sum, listen,
Yeah.
is important to just consider like L1. Now whenever they are different way, your lambda will not be the same. Here the parameter has to be different. So this sum should have, this says mu or something. It can't be lambda because the starting point is not the same.
Yeah.
So now what is going to happen is, they are identical, they are same. That means, you know, this is a point. What is the point of this line? 2, 2 minus 8. You know that, no?
Yeah.
This 2, 2 minus 8 is a point. What is the point on in this form?
-4, 5, 3.
So can I say this lies on this line also because they are identical? Huh?
Yeah.
So instead of x, I'll put this. Instead of y, I'll put this. And instead of z, I'll put this. Correct? My z is p. Correct? So now what can I do? Can I solve for lambda over here?
Yeah.
Look there. Look there. Look there. So minus 6 is equal to 6 lambda from the first equation. So lambda is equal to -1.
So the only thing is, from what I remember, that
Now wait, first let me finish here.
lambda versus minus. That's true.
But let me finish. You're not allowing me to finish. Have I finished?
Nice.
Now you put this in the second equation. Phi is equal to 2 plus q lambda. Lambda is -1. So how much will that be? 3 is equal to minus q. Q is equal to -3. What will P be? P is equal to what? -8 minus 5 lambda.
Yeah.
So P is equal to -8 minus plus 5 because lambda is -1. So P is equal to -3.
But even I got the same answer. But what I did is that right? If I just equated whatever 2 plus 6 lambda.
But that's what, see, now listen, in the solution this is written in B.
Yeah.
So there's a mistake in the question itself. Okay, so let me just explain this to you. On a particular day, Scott opened a new bag, correct, of dog food.
Yeah.
So when you open the new bag, it will have certain amount of dog food, correct?
Yeah.
By the end of third day, so U3 is the food at the end of third day. is 150, 115.5.
Got
At the end of the 8th day it is 180.
Got it.
Correct? So you use your formula u1 plus n minus 1 into d. This is also, that's u1 plus 7, 8 minus 1 is 7, d is equal to 108. Solve it simultaneously. Because every time you're removing 1.5 cups. Minus means you're removing that. So how much is the dog feed per day? 1.5 cup.
Yeah.
Over there. Then this is at the end of first day. So what is the end of 0th day when you open the packet? How much food was there? 120. So sum of all the terms that you remove can't be 0, no?
Yeah.
It has to be 120. So how many days you are getting?
120, 157.9. So that means 157 days.
No, why should we use this?
Why should we use this? In the sense?
Per day, how much is it? Fed, how much is the dog fed per day?
1.5 cups.
Yeah. How much do you have? 120 cups. So why should I use this formula?
So you can.
Why should you use that? I won't use that. It's not the sum of those terms, no? So basically it's your 120 divided by you're feeding 1.55 cups per day. You following that?
Yeah.
You don't have to use that SN. It's not the sum of the money, the food which is remaining after. See, U1, U2, U3 is the amount of food remaining.
Yeah.
So what do you have over here is, so N221, 222, 223, 224, 225. Correct? Now you have in, so this is in that year. In that year you spent 625. Now at end of, there's a annual rate of 6.4%. Increase of annual rate of 1.6.4%. So next it will be 1 plus 0.064.
Yeah.
6.4, so that's how much? So basically 625, 1.064 raised to 1. This will be raised to 2, raised to 3, raised to 4. Correct? So 625, 1.064 raised to 4. So that's your 225. So how much did you get that? What's your answer, Igor? 625 and 1.064 raised to 4. 801. Approximately $801. Approximately $800.
So can you zoom into the question?
I've sent it on your this also. I'll send it on your phone. Calculate the value of 625. You type this in your calculator and just get the answer. Yeah, correct. 1.064 raised to n minus 1. Not there. Okay. 8394.40 approximately. Correct? Where money is, we are rounding off to this. Describe what the value in D1 represent this context. What does it represent?
The amount of money he spends on dog food in 10 minutes.
Very good.
No, the amount
the total,
he spent in total.
Total sum of money spent on dog food in 10 years.
Yeah. So
correct?
Assuming rate is constant. So
assuming rate is constant, correct. Comment on the modeling of the scenario with a geometric sequence. Yeah. We are assuming that the rate is constant. That's it.
That's mostly.
That's it. So we are assuming the rate is constant. Rate is constant, dog is alive. Dog is alive and has the same kind of food. The rate doesn't change. Anything you can write. Plus seeing it. So this first part is easy, finding the midpoint of BD, use the midpoint formula. Then equation of XZ. So XZ is a perpendicular bisector. So obviously if this is your point this is your point, these are two sides, then this is a perpendicular bisector. So if it's a perpendicular bisector, the slope of BD you can get y2 minus y1, y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Slope of xz will be the negative reciprocal of that. Correct? You will get the equation. Fine. Then C, find the coordinates of x. X is the point of intersection of x, y and xz. So you take your xy equation, take your xz equation, you can solve it simultaneously. You can get the coordinates of x. Now this is all direct. Xz, find out the length of xz, the exact value. So use your distance formula. Xy has been given to you root 32. So this is 5 root, this is given to you. Correct? Find the size of angle XYZ in degrees. So then you need to find this angle, this side also, and use cosine rule. Cosine rule to get the angle. Then area is equal to half into this into sine of that. That's it. And then one criticism. Okay, even though it's a larger area, it may have low quality goods, or it may be overpriced. Correct? It may get very crowded because the area may be smaller, and therefore people don't plan to go there.